You know, sometimes you read a character in a book and they feel so real, so psychologically complex, it's like you're reading an actual case study. Well, Shakespeare was an absolute master of this, and Lady Macbeth, she might just be his most terrifyingly real creation. We're about to see a mind completely come apart at the seams, all under the crushing weight of guilt.
So that's really the big question we're digging into here. What actually happens when a once powerful, totally in control person is just consumed by guilt? We're going to get a front row seat as ambition and crime cause a mind to literally turn on itself.
All right, so our investigation starts right where all the trouble did, inside Dunsinane Castle. It's the middle of the night, and you can just feel the tension, all the scheming and the bloodshed that has stained these castle walls. Well, it's now coming back to haunt the Queen's sleep. Something is very, very wrong.
So they've called in a doctor. Lady Macbeth's caregiver, her gentlewoman, is beside herself with worry. See, for the past few nights, she's seen the Queen sleepwalking. But here's the really unsettling part. She refuses to tell the doctor what she's heard Lady Macbeth say. It's just too shocking, too awful to repeat out loud.
Now, for those watching her, it's not really a mystery what's causing all this. Her conscience is absolutely tormented by the unnatural crime of killing a king. And that guilt is so deep, it's attacking the most basic natural thing our bodies do, sleep. Her mind just won't and can't shut down.
And then, there she is. Lady Macbeth walks in and wow, what a creepy sight. She's holding a candle, her eyes are wide open, but as Shakespeare says, their senses are shut. She's totally asleep. And it's in this defenseless, unguarded state that the truth, all of it, finally starts to pour out.
And the first confession is the big one. The original sin that kicked this whole bloody mess off. The murder of King Duncan. This is the crime that put her and Macbeth on this dark path to power in the first place.
Just listen to that line. You can hear the shock in it. This isn't just her saying, "I did a bad thing." This is a window straight into her trauma. She's haunted by the physical, gory, bloody reality of the murder she planned.
And her mind doesn't stay in one place. It's all broken up. It's fragmented. She jumps from one crime to the next. The ghosts of Banquo, the innocent Lady Macduff and her children, they're all swirling around in her subconscious, and each memory is just another layer of guilt pressing down.
All of this mental chaos builds up to the most iconic, most obsessive action in the whole scene. It's a physical act that shows us everything about her psychological torture.
Oh man, you can just feel the sheer desperation. She's rubbing her hands over and over, trying to wash away a spot of blood that only she can see. Because the blood isn't on her hands anymore, right? It's soaked deep into her soul, and there's no way to scrub that clean.
And this is where the irony just hits you like a ton of bricks. Remember, right after the murder, when Macbeth was horrified, she just coldly dismissed him. She said, "A little water clears us of this deed." But now she's the one who believes that all the perfumes in the world couldn't mask the stench of blood on her little hand. What an incredible, tragic reversal. Okay, so the doctor and the gentlewoman have been listening to all of this, and the penny drops. The doctor, as a man of science and medicine, has a sudden realization. He's dealing with a sickness that is completely beyond his power to fix.
He gets it now. This isn't a physical ailment. It's a sickness of the spirit, a disease of the conscience. And there's no pill, no potion, no medical treatment for a soul in torment. His skills are totally useless here.
And this is it. This is the doctor's diagnosis, and it's probably one of the most powerful lines in the entire play. Her monstrous, unnatural actions, like murder and treason, have created a monstrous, unnatural sickness in her mind. It's a terrifyingly simple equation, isn't it? Cause and effect.
So since he can't offer a cure, all the doctor can really do is give a pretty grim prediction and a very serious warning. This scene and Lady Macbeth's fate are pretty much sealed.
His final instructions are just chilling. First, he admits he's powerless. He says she needs a priest or divine intervention, not a doctor. And second, and this is where it gets really dark, he tells the gentlewoman to remove anything she could possibly use to hurt herself. He sees where this is going, and he's afraid she's going to take her own life.
As she finally leaves the stage, still sleepwalking, Lady Macbeth says this line. And in the midst of all that rambling madness, there's this moment of devastating, horrible clarity. It's her own soul admitting the hopeless truth.
The past is set in stone, the choices were made, and now there's nothing left but to live with the consequences. And that brings us to this final haunting question. It's been 400 years since Shakespeare wrote this, but this scene still makes us think about guilt, about consequences, about the stains on our own conscience. It just makes you wonder, can what's done ever truly be undone?